Each winter in Southwest Wyoming, anglers get a chance to do something interesting, win money and prizes, and help Wyoming Game and Fish Department biologists manage an invasive fish species. Two fishing derbies, one at Flaming Gorge Reservoir, the other at Fontenelle Reservoir, target burbot, a fish illegally introduced to both waters and which have become well established. These fishing derbies help draw angler attention to burbot's abundance and encourage anglers to harvest more of them. Green River Fisheries biologist John Walrath says every burbot removed is a savings in sport fish.
Since they were illegally introduced into the system, they've had a negative impact on the sport fishery and the smallmouth bass fishery in particular. And the rest of the fishery, we know that they're eating rainbow trout, cutthroat, and kokanee, but we don't really have a firm grasp on how much they're impacting it. But we certainly know that they're eating those individuals, and having them removed from the system is just a savings in those sport fisheries that people like to come out and target.
Burbot compete with sport fish for food and are a voracious predator. They're typically more active in the winter months. There's no limit on catching burbot at Flaming Gorge, and the best option for reducing their numbers is angler harvest. So, anglers are encouraged to get after them. At the Burbot Bash, anglers compete for most burbot caught, along with the biggest and smallest burbot, and they can also catch previously tagged burbot for larger prizes, which is why each fish you see here is being scanned. A fishing derby will never knock out burbot numbers completely, but it helps keep their numbers in check.
We don't know what the population would have done if we didn't have these regulations in place. It could be a completely different story, and the population might have been out of control. But we've kept it in check for the last decade.
At this year's Burbot Bash, 5 tags were recaptured. Most tags were from previous years. This year's event had nearly 800 participants and 225 teams. 5,565 burbot were caught. That's a new record, with the largest burbot caught being 34.6 inches, 7.71 pounds. At the Ding the Ling Derby, 42 adult and 9 youth teams participated. They removed 829 burbot over the 2 days. This is Ray Hageman with the Wyoming Game and Fish Department.